Hello everyone, we are going to discuss first year chapter which is biomolecules. So as we know biomolecules the definitions represent that these are the organic carbon containing compounds in our living body. These are what? These are organic carbon containing compounds. Carbon containing compounds, right? So if I can remove here the word organic, so what will be the remaining? That will be remaining carbon containing compounds. So we do have many carbon containing compounds like carbon dioxide, bicarbonates. So these aren't organic, by the way. So that's why with the in the biomolecule definition we mostly write that the organic carbon containing compounds, right? And these are what? These are inorganic. Fine. And now if we go through another basically point, so where we do discuss about biomolecules. So we do have one branch which is known as biochemistry. Biochemistry is the branch which basically explain us about biochemical basis of life. Biochemical basis of life in which it include biochemical elements and these all. So it is biochemical basis of life. Okay, now here you can see that the word biomolecules we do have second postulate of cell theory which is structure and function of cell are dependent on the chemical composition of cell. जो भी हमारे पास सेल का स्ट्रक्चर होगा या सेल की हमारे पास क्या होगी या हमारे पास सेल की क्या होगी कंपोजिशन होगी. These both depend on what? These both are dependent on chemical composition of cell. Cell की chemical composition पे depend होते हैं. Now for suppose here you can see we do have one cell. This is one cell. And in cell we do have nucleus, and as we know nucleus plus cytoplasm. This is what? This is cytoplasm, and this is what? This is nucleus. Okay, so nucleus plus cytoplasm is known as protoplasm. Okay, protoplasm. Now here you can see basically this protoplasm contain around 70 to 90% of water. 70 to 90% of water. This question can be asked. Protoplasm contains 70 to 90% of water. Now the cell with water, एक सेल के अगर हमारे पास प्रोटोप्लाज्म मतलब वाटर प्रेजेंट है, so that is known as wet weight. And the cell without water is known as the cell without water is known as dry weight of cell. Dry weight of cell. Dry weight of cell, right? Dry weight of cell मतलब the complete removal of water from the cell. Now here we do have question that we do have macromolecules and micromolecules. As we all might be familiar with the topic macro and micro, and macro means the large molecules, or we can say polymers. And if we compare with the micromolecules, micromolecules are what? Micromolecules are small molecules, or we can say monomers. So first of all we do have macromolecules. So macromolecules include carbohydrates. Secondly we do have protein. Thirdly we do have basically nucleic acid. nucleic acid. Okay, so lipid we don't have macromolecule, however lipid is micromolecule. Okay, after that, if I can talk about the monomers, let me write a lipid over here. Okay, there's a huge basically story behind the lipid that we won't discuss because we are discussing here the one shot. So yeah, now the monomer of carbohydrates means macromolecule is we can say that is monosaccharides. Monosaccharide. And if you talk about the polymonomer of protein, so that is amino acid. Perfect. And the monomer of nucleic acid is nucleotide. And now nucleotide include both DNA and RNA. Last but not least, that is lipid. The monomer lipid is basically the macromolecule. Lipid do not contain any monomer, but lipid is composed of what? Lipid is composed of fatty acid plus glycerol. Right. Now, if we talk about linkage between them, as we know that these monosaccharide are what? Monosaccharide are monomer. So this means the monomer will combine together and make polymer. So with what linkage, with what bond monomer will combine and form carbohydrate? So by the help of glycosidic linkage. Remember in the carbohydrates, carbohydrates are basically combined by what? Combined by monomer, which are monosaccharide, and monosaccharides are combined together by glycosidic bond or linkage. Fine. After that, protein. Protein are composed and amino acid are composed. Amino acid are joined together by peptide linkage. Peptide linkage, or you can say bond. After that, we do have nucleotide. Nucleotide may be DNA or RNA. So those DNA or RNA are combined by phosphodiester bond. Phosphodiester bond. Last, we do have lipid. The lipid is composed by the bond which is known as ester or CC bond. Okay, so this is basically the chart, the bond and with the macromolecules you have to remember. Now we are going to discuss one more table which is all about the percentages. Okay, so first we do have percentage that is of the difference between. Here I'm going to write the type, which type मतलब कौन सी discuss करना है. Here I'm going to write bacterial cell and here mammals. Fine. So now here the type. First of all we do have water. Then we do have water. Then carbohydrates. After carbohydrates we do have lipid, protein. Then we do have lipids. Then DNA. After DNA we do have RNA. RNA and let me make the circle again. Fine. After RNA we do have what? After RNA we do have organic compounds and then inorganic. So this is the chart which you have to remember their percentage. So if we can discuss about the percentage of basically water in bacteria, so it is 70 percentage. Again that same percentage in mammals of water is 70 percentage. Then carbohydrates. So in bacteria there is basically least percentage of carbohydrates, which is 3%. And in mammals we do have high percentage of bacteria only with the 1% increase, which is 4%. Then protein there are 15%, and here we do have in bacteria, mammals is 18%. After that lipid, here we do have 2% of lipid present in bacteria and 3% of lipid present in what? 3% of lipid is present in mammals. Then DNA. In the bacteria there is only we can say 1% of DNA is present, and as compared to mammals there is least of 1%, which is 0.25% of DNA is present in mammals. Then RNA. So in the bacteria we do have 6% of RNA, and in the mammals we do have 1.10 percentage of RNA. Then organic compound are 2% in bacteria and 2% in mammals. Inorganic 1% in bacteria and 1% same in mammals. So this is the table which you have to learn it anyhow. This is very important, so much important table. Alright. Now we do have what? Yes, and now if we can do some basic terms. So I think you guys are familiar with the terms. Wait a second. Yes, you guys might be familiar with the terms condensation, and hydrolysis. Hydrolysis. So as we have discussed here, when small molecules basically in the condensation, when monomer combine together and form the polymer. Wait a second. Monomer combine and they monomer form the polymer by the help of what? By the addition of water. Sorry, not addition, but here we can say by the removal of water molecule. By the removal of H2O molecule, that process is known as condensation. And as we the term condensation is the removal of water molecule, so condensation is also known as dehydration. As hydration means the person is hydrated full of water, and dehydrate means the removal of water. So condensation is also known as dehydration, in which monomer combine and form polymer by the help of removing the water molecule. Same goes for hydrolysis, but in opposite direction. Here polymer break down and form the monomer. Okay. And here what happened? Here it is addition of water molecule. Addition of water molecule. That process is known as hydrolysis, or we can say it is also known as hydration. So the question can be asked: the reverse of condensation is known as reverse of condensation is known as hydrolysis. This is the question. With that, another question, and let me share the question chart with you here from Kip's book. Okay. Let's do some 2 or 3 MCQs related to this topic. The first question is: the sum of all the chemical reactions taking place within the cell are known as. देखो हमारे पास we do have many reactions. We do have 2 type of reactions in the cell. First reaction is anabolism and second is catabolism. As here word ana means to combine. Those reactions which are formed by combining each other, and cata means to cut. Those reactions are cut and then combined. So here we can say combined reactions are known as we can say, if I can give you combined reactions, we do have condensation, in which monomers are combined and form the polymer. And here in the catabolism we do have hydrolysis, in which polymer means it is cut down into monomer. Okay, so here and these both ana and cata both reactions means combined reaction and cutting reaction Both reactions are known as metabolism. Metabolism. So all reactions taking place in the cell, chemical reactions in the cell are known as metabolism. C will be the correct option. After that, if we can discuss second question, so that is which one of the following is the example of anabolism? So as respiration is the example of anabolism means condensation, whereas not respiration but photosynthesis is the example of condensation. As compared to respiration, it is the example of hydrolysis means catabolism. Same goes for digestion, it is hydrolysis and catabolism. Third question, a mammal cell contain dash percent 1.1% of what? So as we have discussed, mammalian cell contain 1.10% of RNA, and most abundant organic compound of cell is what? So it is protein. So these were four questions according to our topic. So I hope it is clear to you guys. Now we're gonna discuss about importance of water in another video. Till that, bye bye.